Mexican cat dance is a pretty fun idea. At least we have a fun setting. I think the execution is pretty good. There are obviously a lot of stereotypes in this one. There are some Speedy Gonzales cartoons where, beyond Speedy's accent, there are not too many stereotypes of Mexican culture and Mexican individuals. This one, can't really say the same thing, but when you get past that, the actual concept is pretty interesting, and Sylvester in particular was really fascinating to watch. This is a 1963 Warner Brothers cartoon directed by Friz Freleng and Chuck Jones and written by John W. Dunn. And this one stars, of course, Mel Blanc as Speedy Gonzales and Sylvester. And this is set in a bullfighting ring. And this is, of course, between Speedy Gonzales and Sylvester. And Speedy is, of course, the matador, and Sylvester is pretending to be a bull. Well, he's not pretending to be a bull, but he's in the place of the bull. And because of the way Sylvester moves and reacts and acts, I found it to be quite fascinating. It did get repetitive. I feel like it did get repetitive a couple of times, but we do get quite a lot of interesting backdrops, an interesting colour palette, a really nice use of the space. But here and there I felt like, they could have shaved off a minute in total from it, and we wouldn't have lost very much. But generally I found it to be engaging. Sylvester would hiss and spit and snarl and rampage, and I just found the movement of him, the way he was animated, to be really pleasing and really interesting to watch. So in terms of the animation quality, it's pretty fabulous. The narrative it's an interesting concept. I was keen to see what they'd do with this once I realised what the setting would be, and I think it developed quite well. The pacing is good. As I said, there are a couple of times where I felt like it got a bit repetitive, but generally speaking, the pacing is good, it's consistent, it's not completely predictable, although here and there I felt like, again, I'm repeating myself, which is ironic, it got a bit repetitive. Very well animated though, and Sylvester is fabulous. Definitely quite a few stereotypes in this one, and whenever I'm discussing a Speedy Gonzales cartoon, I always feel like I should address the stereotypes because, especially, however many decades later, it's not something that would be done today. At least not with Mel Blanc voicing the character, at the very least. We saw how that went with The Simpsons and various characters there. But I would get a bit repetitive myself if I keep saying these things. So I always get kind of nervous that I'm not addressing these things enough. But at the same time, when I'm reviewing all of the cartoons, I don't want to keep repeating myself. But in this one in particular, yeah, there are definitely certain stereotypes. But for the most part, Mexican Cat Dance is a pretty good cartoon. I thought it was an interesting concept, and it's definitely well animated.